This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. No, it's big. Okay.
All right. Well, here we go. Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lavender Live. It's yours truly, Reggie Smith here. We're coming from all parts of the country, all parts of the world. We got people coming in the door. Come on in, make yourself at home. We're here every second and fourth Thursday. And we've been learning a lot of great stuff. We learned how to make our own toothpaste, our own deodorant. We learned how to make sea moss and all different kinds of flavor and save a whole lot of money. We learned how to make head wraps. We learned a whole lot of stuff on how to participate in our own survival, how to just stay well. And we're doing that as a result of the love and the energy that is brought to us by Althea L out of Philadelphia, representing Philadelphia. What's going on, Althea? What you got for us this week?
Hi, good afternoon, family. Okay, this week I've decided to discuss
if you don't circumcise your child. No.
Okay, there's plenty of
So Zipporah quickly took a knife and quickly circumcised Gershon, and immediately the curse was broken.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. We coming in from all over the world. We had somebody coming in from Africa. Don't worry about it. We got you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so anyway, I've decided to, because I use a lot of these powders, and what I found that, because I do teas too, but the thing about superfood powders, they're more nutritious than the actual teas. And the reason why that is, in most teas, they use the leaf of the plant. Whereas in powders, they use the leaf, the stem, the roots, or whatever part of the plant, so you actually get more nutrients out of it. Plus, when you use tea bags, once you use the tea bag, you throw the tea bag out and it has all this tea still in the bag, which goes in the trash. You get some nutrients, but you're just not getting it all because it's still in the tea bag. So I use all this that I'm going to show you. Now, it's a couple things I'm going to talk about I don't have, but, I'm still talking about it. So we're going to start out with, actually, this ashwagandha. I don't know if y'all have heard of this. Some people have. It's a powder, and this is a powder. This is what it looks like. Okay? It's a powder. I can put my finger because I'm the only one who uses it. It's very fine powder. And
how do you spell that? What did you say again?
Okay, ashwagandha is ASHWAGANDA. And it's the best superfood powder for stress relieving properties. It relieves stress. Okay, it lowers blood sugar. So if you're struggling with diabetes, it actually lowers your blood sugar. It increases muscle strength, and it also improves sexual function in women. I don't know why men are excluded, but it says specifically in women, okay? And it boosts fertility and testosterone in men. Now, see, that's weird because it increases testosterone in men, but it improves women's sexual function. Ask me why, I don't know. But ashwagandha also, it helps calm the brain. It also reduces swelling and lowers your blood pressure and improves your immune system. That's a lot. And this is not really a superfood, but ashwagandha is something I put in my smoothies. You can put it in any kind of food because of those good things that's in there. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, now the next thing, you're going to be so amazed by this because I was. Simple black pepper. Plain old black pepper. You know the black pepper? And when I first started eating healthy, people used to shy away from black pepper. No, get cayenne or get anything but black pepper. But look, let me tell you how many vitamins and minerals that black pepper has in it. Black pepper has vitamin K, vitamin E, A, B1, B6, B5, and manganese in black pepper. And I'm going to tell you what the health benefits are.
Manganese?
Manganese. That's MANGANESE. Manganese. That's something usually found in a lot of fruits and vegetables. And it's the required nutrient that our body does need. And it's high in antioxidants. And you know, antioxidants fight free radicals that causes cancer. It's inflammatory. It's antibacterial properties. It fights bacteria. This is a regular black pepper. Now listen to this. Cancer fighting properties because it helps with cell damage. It increases good cholesterol because there's good cholesterol and there's bad. Okay, so it increases the good cholesterol. Okay, it helps you control your blood sugar level. I have mentioned that before, and it helps you to absorb the nutrients that you do take in, and it's good for your gut. So that's so important. And like I said, it boosts brain function. So when you think of black pepper, I look at it totally different now. I look back because I was just using cayenne, and nothing wrong with that. But I had no idea. So I went and bought a big old bottle of black pepper. I just put it in here. So remember, don't exclude your black pepper.
Can I ask a question, Althea?
Sure.
Is it all right for me to ask while you're doing this, or should I just wait until you're finished?
Yes, because too much stuff. Yeah, it's good to ask as I go along because it's just too much stuff to remember to ask.
Right. So
Sure.
in regards to the benefit of both of what you just talked about, how much of that would you need to, like, is it a teaspoonful that you put in your blender?
Now the ashwagandha, a teaspoonful of the ashwagandha. Okay, I would use a teaspoon because when it's a fine powder like that, you're actually putting more on. A lot more. You don't need that much, like a teaspoon at the most. You could increase it. These are, and remember, these are kind of things that big farm and the research industry they don't spend real time and money in to find out all this stuff. So
Right.
a lot of this stuff when I research it says may or known to do this because they go a lot on people's experiences. Like thousands of years ago, they have writings about different herbs and stuff they use. But the pharmaceutical companies and the research, they're not going to spend a lot of money because their money is in pharmaceuticals. So they're not spending the time to research this and all that. They do. This research has been done, but a lot of it's done by other people like us.
Did we lose your audio?
That want to know. Yeah. So the black pepper, because it is hot, you're not going to use a
Can
whole lot
everyone
of it
else or
anyway.
anyone else hear
And
Althea?
because it's natural, you don't need a lot. It's just you have things like this you have to use consistently if you want to really make a difference, feel a difference.
Right.
So, okay, now the next thing in line is called cacao. Okay, this is what they make chocolate out of. They use this, and you can see it's a brown powder. That's what they use before it becomes chocolate. Is this, and what I discovered now, because it does have caffeine in it. All right, it has so if you're going to use this as to make a hot chocolate, or you can put it in your coffee, to know it does have caffeine in it. So if you have problems sleeping or something, you might not want to use this. But it doesn't have a lot of caffeine. It has like maybe a half the amount of caffeine as the regular coffee. But it does have fiber in it, okay? It has iron, it has protein, and it has potassium in it, okay? It lowers your blood pressure. It reduces diabetes risk, reduces inflammation and stress, and improves your cognitive function. Memory.
How do you spell that?
I can't hear you.
How do you
Would you
spell
spell
it?
I can't. Is there a question?
And she's asking about spelling it.
Okay, so this has more nutrients in it than chocolate. When they process, I keep thinking,
You getting up?
is it me?
It's echoing.
I don't know why.
Okay, you got two devices on there.
No, I only got one.
Does somebody else have two things on that's on here? Because if they do, that's what's
Must
causing
be.
it.
My cell phone. Okay, maybe that's better now.
How
Okay.
do you
Yeah.
spell that? That's what I was asking.
Okay.
How do you spell it?
CACAO.
Okay. Cacao. Okay.
After they process this to make chocolate,
Right.
chocolate doesn't have as many nutrients in it as this. This is like the mother, so to speak. And after they process to make the chocolate, in the process, when anything is processed, is going to lose something. So this is more nutrient dense than if you ate chocolate. You know what I mean? And plus, they add a lot of sugar to chocolate, where you can kind of control your own sweetness with this. Okay, so it's very healthy. Just remember, it does have a certain amount of caffeine in it. Okay, the next thing is Carob. Carob, CAROB, and it's like an alternative to chocolate for people who don't want the caffeine, but they want the chocolate taste. It's carob. Okay, the carabine. Now I'm gonna tell you about this. Now the carrot. Now this has vitamin E, D, C, niacin, B6, folic acid, and B12. Okay, it's good for. It has fiber in it. It can cause weight loss. It reduces blood sugar, and lowers cholesterol levels. That's a really good thing. So if you want to make hot chocolate, sometimes instead of having chocolate, because I love hot chocolate, but because of the caffeine in chocolate, I can't. But I'll use carob, and I'll use maybe a coconut milk powder. I'll use honey instead of sugar, and I get all those nutrients in the meantime. So carob in place of chocolate is really healthy for you, and it won't keep you up. Okay, that's carob. Now the next is, and everybody's familiar with cinnamon. Cinnamon is awesome. Cinnamon, let me tell you what that has in it. Calcium, potassium, and there's that manganese again, and iron. A lot of them don't have iron. Cinnamon has iron. And it's good for, it lowers your blood sugar. Here's another one. Lowers your blood sugar. Because, as older adults, a lot of us either pre-diabetic or full-blown diabetic, and they want to tell us like it can't be reversed. Yes, it can. It has to do with what we put in our bodies, but it does do that. And it works good for irritable bowel syndrome. But it's for your heart. It fights cancer cells. When I say cancer cells, you definitely should make a note of that. Cancer cells. Infections. It actually heals infections, fights infections, and tooth decay. That means you could take the cinnamon, and make a little water or oil or olive oil, or make a paste out of it to fight tooth decay. I will make it, maybe use it in, remember we had a session where we made natural toothpaste. You could actually add the cinnamon to some baking soda and coconut oil and use it for your toothpaste. And it's good with allergies. So that's cinnamon and inflammation. Now, cinnamon is one of the things I use in my golden milk, but we'll talk about that later when we get to that point. And now that we're talking about milk, instead of coconut milk, this is the powder. Coconut powder. Remember, everything in powder. This is coconut powder, pure coconut powder. There's no sugar at all added to it. It's just coconut milk that's dry dehydrated. And I use that along with the cinnamon and the turmeric and the ginger to make my golden milk. I drink it every night. And now the coconut milk powder, okay, it tastes really good, but it's good. What it is? Okay. Oh, the vitamin. Okay, let me tell you what this has in it. It's an excellent source of vitamin C, vitamin E, and a whole bunch of vitamin B. And vitamin B has to do with your stress levels, your hormone levels, right? It's good. It has iron, calcium. There's that manganese again. No, magnesium. Magnesium is good for nerves, calming your nerves. Selenium and potassium. Wow. And it's to make up a creamy. See what else? Okay. You can even use this as the leave-in hair conditioner. That's what when I did the research, you can actually use it. It says make up into a creamy texture. Coconut milk powder can be massaged into dry and damaged hair, as well as used to relieve itchy scalp. See, I didn't even know that until I did my research. Coconut powder is very reasonable. And if you scalp itch, I don't have a problem with itchy scalp. But if you do, like everything usually have multiple uses. Okay, the next thing is going to be ginger. Okay, I'm quite sure a lot of you are familiar with ginger. This is what it looks like. It's like a type grass ginger. Okay, now with ginger, okay, it's the ingredient called gingerol. It's the natural component of the roots. Okay, and it's good for nausea. If anybody ever has like a nauseous stomach, like they feel like throwing up, like you're pregnant, if you get in an airplane, it's always good to have some ginger. Now I have ginger oil because I do essential oils, and I keep a little bottle on me at certain times. Like I was in a meeting once, and there was a woman there. She had her head down. And I went over to her, I said, "Are you all right?" She said, "Oh, I feel nauseous." So I happened to have some ginger with me. So I just rubbed some on the top of her hand. And I told her to suck her hand. And I went back and sat in my seat. And I looked up later on. She looked at me smiling. She said, "Oh, I feel better because the ginger addressed her nausea." Somebody's trying to call. The ginger addressed her nausea. So, it really works. Also, what else? It's for bloating and gas. You ever get that bloating? You don't have nausea, but you get the gas and the bloating. It helps with that. Chemotherapy, works well with patients. Okay, people who have getting chemotherapy, a lot of times they suffer with nausea, and that's what's suggested they use also. Pregnant women sometimes get that nausea when they're pregnant, and it's good because if you're pregnant, you should not be taking any kind of gas X and things that chemicals in it that could harm the fetus or harm the baby. So that's not. And let me see what else it says. Okay, ginger contains a lot of antioxidants and free radicals. When you hear free radicals, that means it has compounds that will fight cancer. So anytime you hear fight free radicals fighting cancer, that's what that means. Okay. It's anti-inflammatory, and it's your respiratory inflammation. So it's not, especially now with the virus and stuff going around, it affects your lungs and respiratory. Ginger. Now, I've also had reports that ginger can also be used for pain. My brother-in-law had this really bad pain in his knee, and I had given him some of my pain salve I made, but he said, "Make me something with just ginger and olive oil." And I took the ginger and olive oil, and he said it helped his knee a whole lot. He suffers with arthritis. So that's for the ginger. The next is, I'm sure y'all heard of matcha. Matcha is the tea. Matcha is the type of green tea. I know y'all heard of green tea. I know y'all have. Now, this is actually matcha. Green tea is made out of the matcha plant. But this is much more powerful than actual green tea. Because remember I talked about the process. Now this is the leaf, stem, root, and everything. And it's ground to a powder. So you get the whole entire, what you call, full spectrum of the plant. When you apply what you call green tea, you're only getting the leaf. So it doesn't contain as many antioxidants, it doesn't contain as many compounds to fight off diseases as the matcha. That's M-A-T-C-H-A. Now, I blended this matcha with the maca. Now, this is M-A-C-A. Okay, now the reason why I mixed it is because matcha, because you know green tea has caffeine in it, and so does the matcha. It doesn't have as much as, say, coffee, but it does have it in it. And because I suffer with insomnia most times, I know if I'm going to drink it, I'm going to drink it during the day. And I mixed the maca with it, and because now, the maca is inside of here. And I'm going to tell you what the maca is. The maca increases the libido. You know what that means? Sexual ability, right? It reduces erectile dysfunction. So if a man can't get hard, I'm going to say it just all like this, that maca will, and it's been known for centuries to help in that area. Okay, it increases fertility. Women who may have hard time having children use maca years ago, and they start having babies, which is really good. It reduces your blood pressure. That's another reason why I got it, because I always suffer with blood pressure. It's gotten better over the years, but I still have to address it on a daily basis. It fights free radicals. Here we go again. Free radicals, that means it fights cancer. Okay, that's huge. It reduces menopause symptoms. So you can see the libido and erectile dysfunction and all that stuff. You can see it's definitely related. And improves learning and memory. And that's definitely one for me. I suffer with CRS, can't remember shit, right? So I have that mixed with my matcha, only drink it during the day because it does have a certain amount of caffeine in it. Okay.
Yeah.
How
much of the maca?
You mean for the erectile dysfunction? Okay, let me say this.
Yeah. Most of them? Is most of them, like you said with the first one, 1 teaspoonful?
Well, you know what? Let me say this for everything, basically. See, everybody's body is different. Everybody don't metabolize things the same. So what I do when I first started out, I just did a small amount of everything. Until I got, your body tells you. Although, try not to think, stay out of your head and try to listen to your body, try to feel your body. None of this stuff has really side effects. The only thing that I would say you can be really careful of is actually the sea moss, as much as I love the sea moss, but it does contain a high amount of iodine. So if you have certain issues with your thyroid, then maybe you should not be doing sea moss because it does have a high level of iodine. So if you are getting enough iodine in your system, you wouldn't use it every day. It's safe to use, but just don't do too much. Too much anything is not good, even if it's but I would say if you got the maca, I would just try a little bit in my tea, a little in my coffee, and then over time you'll be able to tell what you can take, individually. Okay, that's the matcha. Okay, it's just the matcha. Okay, now the matcha, one with the caffeine in it, it has a lot of good stuff in it though. It has vitamin A, B1, B2, B6, C, E, and K, potassium, calcium, phosphorus, and zinc. It's the first one yet that I said zinc. Zinc is the nutrient that will cover your cells to protect it from cancer coming into the cell. it actually surrounds the cell as a protective covering. That's what zinc does. That's why they tell you to take it when the pandemic came. Because if you have enough zinc in your system, the cancer cell, the cancer can't get to your cell because they're being protected. And iron. All of them don't have iron. Only a couple had iron. So you might think that's also has fiber. It actually has fiber in it. A lot of people don't get enough fiber, and it has constipation and diarrhea and all that stuff. It has chlorophyll. It enhances your mood. It has the chromium. Prevents diseases. Actually, it lowers your cholesterol and blood sugar. There's another powder that actually lowers your blood sugar. And with our people, we suffer with high blood pressure and diabetes. They're the two things, and it all has to do with weight. All weight, besides what we put in our mouths, it actually detoxifies. That's what it says. Detoxifies effectively and naturally. If you need to detox, it's a matcha tree. It's not gonna run you to the bathroom. It's just gonna do it naturally. Okay, what else it says? It burns calories. That's awesome. That's why it's considered a weight. Excuse me. It actually burns calories. That's the matcha. Okay. The matcha. Next is all this stuff. Next is moringa. Have y'all ever heard of moringa leaf?
Yes, I know about that. Yeah.
Yes. The plant is native to India, and let me see what it says. I'm gonna tell you what it's used for. It's good for diabetes. It's like I said, there's that diabetes again. Inflammation. It fights bacterial, viral, and fungus infections. That's huge because most things don't cure all. Usually it's either bacteria, either viral, or either fungal, and this deals with all three. Moringa leaf. That's why it's so honored and loved by people in ancient times.
No, that's Althea. Moringa,
MARANG.
Moringa.
Yeah, I have it growing on my patio.
Yeah, like moringa.
Gotcha.
That way,
And it's good for ED as also.
They have it as a tea as well, because I drink it.
Yeah. Tea and capsules, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and but you can put the point is with these powders you don't have to just use it as tea. You can put it in smoothies. If I make a veggie meatloaf or something, I put it in there. I put it in stews, things like that. You don't have to just limit it to teas. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can put it in your coffee if you want. Sometimes I heat up almond milk and put some in there, and put a little honey in it, and it's actually good. And it fights cancer, and it's good with the heart. All this stuff, moringa. It's like you gotta get it. And see what else does it say? Immune system. It's good for your immune system. And guess what else it has? It has amino acids. That's the protein. Instead of beets, you can get protein from this. Who knew? I didn't even know that. It has more vitamin C than an orange. More vitamin C than an orange, and it has more potassium like a banana. Because some people, like my husband, eats a banana every day. But bananas, they've been going bad so fast.
Yeah.
But if you get powder lasts a long time. Has a long shelf life. You have to keep every other day. I'm running getting him bananas. And they even might be going bad faster this time. I don't know what it is. But this has more vitamin C than an orange, and more potassium than a banana. Hang up. Than a banana. So that's good to know that. Let's see what else does it say about this. Okay, it's good for your blood pressure. Here we go again. A lot of blood pressure or diabetes. Full of antioxidants. It has calcium. It has iron. How would that keep going? Oh, my son's trying to call. People must have forgot I did my But anyway, so this is moringa leaf. This is one of those must get, I would say, because it has so much in it.
Can I interrupt
Okay.
you for a second, Althea?
Sure.
Yeah, you can grow, but it grows. I have mine in a pot. I have 2 pots that I grow in. You know, it grows to about 6 feet. And you know, if you cut it off at the top down to whatever size you want, it will bloom. Yeah, and spread out. You know, so I take mine and I sit it in the sun and dry it out, and I use just plain moringa. I don't use any of the powders or anything.
One thing.
Yeah, I take the leaves in there and I use the leaves, and I'm good to go. But it's something that you can grow easily.
That's why you living so long.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard that. Now my next one is, and this is the famous sea moss. Remember I made the sea moss gel, right? Now this is a powder. This is sea moss in powder form. And the good thing about this, when you get moss gel, it expires. When I made some, what was it? August the 24th, it expires September the 24th. I bought this before that, and I'm going to still have it after that. And this is a powder form. Okay? And see, when you have the gel, some of the nutrients get lost in the water. Or in anything you process, you're going to get some things lost. Whereas the powder is just dry sea moss and they grind it up. So you're getting the whole entire spectrum of stuff. And we know about sea moss. Let's see, where's sea moss? Okay, this is the sea moss. Sea moss has 92 minerals, nutrients that our body needs. Okay, our body needs 102. This has 92 of them. So if you just sea moss and maca, you will get everything you need almost when you think about it like that. And sea moss, it reduces inflammation. It supports thyroid function because of the iodine. Improves your heart, improves your gut, helps you lose weight because it fills you up, and it's good for your immunity. Builds muscle and aids in workout recovery. Sea moss, the powder. I like the powder. So I made some the other day. Just when I made some before, that was just to show y'all. And while I'm at it.
Althea's bringing us a bunch of great stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Moss. I got to do just so it look like people that don't know. This is sea moss while it's fried before you do anything to it. Now with the powder, when they make the powder, they just grind it up. It's hard and it's dry, and they grind it up and make it into a powder. So you get the whole spectrum. But when you make it into a gel, you put it in water, it's sitting at night. So of course, naturally, it's going to lose some of its effectiveness. Okay, that's the sea moss. Now we have to, now this is another, here's one. Soursop. Have you ever heard of soursop? Soursop is super. Okay, soursop. Now these are tea bags. These are the tea bags. It's a fruit. And they dry the fruit out. And they make tea bags. Matter of fact, they don't even put strings on the tea bag. It comes with a little thing. So when you take it out your cup, you can use this. There's no strings. They try to keep it natural. Sustainable. Now soursop, it's very high in vitamin C. Here's another one, vitamin C and antioxidants. It's good for your immunity. Anytime you have C in something, it's usually good for your immunity because it prevents infections. It improves. It defends against pathogens, that's called cancer. Okay, like I said, it promotes the destruction of free radicals. There's things that cause cancer. So it destroys that. Excuse me, all my dog. God.
That's when you know we got some live stuff going on.
Tell your dog I'm gonna shoot him. You gotta get out the way.
Yeah.
It's interrupting our neck on time.
So that it was Sour what?
It's
Sour
that
sop.
stop. S-O-P. Okay. Okay. One whole sour sop fruit contains 215% of your recommended daily allowance of vitamin C. One fruit. 215%. May fight against bacteria, and it has vitamin B1, B2, B3, orange vitamin C, folic acid, calcium, iron, potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, zinc. Here's that zinc to protect the cells from cancer, and copper. All that is in this one tea bag. As a matter of fact, I had a bag today. And I got, now it's hard to find sour sop in the market because I have been looking for a long time. I happened to find some one time in the health food store that I normally attend. But guess where I ended up finding it? Amazon. Everything's on. And they have it in the tea leaves, they have the powder, and they have in the oil, in like a texture, in an extract that is drops you can put in your tea or whatever. But it's really good, and I'm gonna share the story. My sister's stepdaughter, 18 years old, and she had cancer. And they said she was terminal, she was going to die. She was 18 years old, and she wanted to go on her prom. It was like in the spring. And they told her she would never make it to June. It was like April. So the mom insisted that they stop any kind of medications. Stop all the medications that they were giving her. Because her mom said, if y'all saying she's dying, stop giving her all this stuff. Okay? So they stopped. So what she did, she took the sour sop, she did moringa, she did turmeric, burdock, bladderwrack. Bladderwrack is an herb, but it's not in powder form. But anyway, she treated her daughter with that. Not only, I mean, she did die eventually because she had blood cancer all over her body. But because she stopped them from giving all those drugs and they put all this in her and the sea moss, not only did she go on her prom, she also got married too, because after she went on her prom, and they were shocked. They didn't think she would make it out the hospital. But she made out the hospital, won on her prom. She did have to go back in for a while. But then she said, I want to get married. They said, no way. Didn't girlfriend get married? She was able to get up and everything. And the doctors, they were all amazed. I mean, she ended up dying. You know, you just can't, you're not God. But I'm just saying, the fact that if they hadn't been treating her with these natural things, cleansing her system of all this medication, she wouldn't have been able to go on a prom. She would have been able to get married, walk down the aisle. You know, it was amazing. It was amazing when I saw that. And the main thing she used was the sour sop. She kept saying the sour sop and the moringa leaf. You know, and the bladderwrack. We'll discuss that another time when we're talking about the herbs, because that comes in a different area. But sour sop, you got it. If you don't get nothing else, get the sour sop. Go on Amazon, get the sour sop. Okay? Okay, did I read everything? Okay, that was good. Now, we still got some stuff to go. Now, the next mighty one is called, y'all heard of spirulina. Spirulina is dark green, see huh? Dark green. Now you only need like a half a teaspoon of this, usually, and I put it in my smoothie. And yes, it makes everything green. Okay, so if you don't like the color, don't look at it. But spirulina is a type of seaweed too that comes from the sea. It's the source a lot of, it has protein. It actually has protein in it. Because people tend to think protein, you can only get protein from meat. And that is so not true. Spinach has protein. Pea has protein. It may not have as much as something, but it's complete protein. That means it has 9 amino acids. That's what it takes to have a complete protein, is 9 amino acids, and it has all 9. And it has antioxidants. It relieves pain. It protects your brain. It's anti-cancerous. Good for your heart, and relieves allergies. Good for your immune system, and eye and oral health. And I put this not every day. I try, because I'm gonna share this story. I'm doing my steam offs and my regular thing, feeling good, and then one day I think I wasn't feeling too good. Some person, I'm gonna put this in here, and I'm gonna put that in here, and I found myself actually got sicker because I was putting a whole lot of stuff in my system because I'm thinking, well, it's natural, but because it's natural, doesn't always mean it's good if you don't use it properly. Like drugs, nothing wrong with drugs, but we didn't know how to use drugs without abusing drugs and abusing ourselves. So you can actually abuse yourself with natural stuff, right? Like with ice cream, people with the sugar factor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lena. You said spirulina?
Oh, spirulina. It's spelled S-P-I-R-U-L-I-N-A. And that's another one that you may have to, you probably go on Amazon and get it, or a health food store, like that. That's the only people can really have. You don't just see it around in the market, like regular market. And that's so weird because the things that really makes us healthy is hard to get. You would think they would make it easier for us to get, but like I said, it's always about following that money trail,
Right.
Okay, the money trail. It's always about that. That's the end story of everything. Now, the last thing on the table is the turmeric. I'm sure a lot of people heard about the turmeric. Turmeric is all that. Let me find the thing for that. It's so much soy. Okay, here's the turmeric. Y'all hear the dog barking? I ain't letting her. Okay, curcumin. That's actually the name for it, right? Okay, here we go. Cancer, fights cancer. Pollution and the pollution that comes from the sun. It shields the cells from cancer and sun damage at the same time. Heart disease. What else? Arthritis, colitis, allergies, infections, inflammation, degenerative eye conditions, metabolic syndrome, cholesterol in the blood, anxiety, muscle soreness after exercise, and kidney health. Kidney health. That's the first one that I came across that mentioned your kidneys. Now, what I do, I have a blend. Where is it? Okay, I have a blend. It's called Golden Milk. It's awesome. This is a combination of the turmeric. That's what the yellow color. What's it? Ginger. Okay, that's mostly. Cinnamon. And the coconut milk. And black pepper. It's called Golden Milk. I bought it as a blend already. This is the ingredients on here. So after I tried it and I loved it, I have it every night with some almond milk. I heat it up. So I said, I'm gonna make my own. So I bought the turmeric, I bought the cinnamon, I bought the ginger, I bought the coconut milk. Now I make up my own.
So you blended all of those ingredients in one, and that's what that is.
That's right. This is
the turmeric, the ginger, the pepper.
Yes, and the cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, turmeric, and the coconut milk. But you don't have to use coconut milk. You can use regular creamer, whatever you want to use. I just choose to use coconut milk because I'll put my honey in it if I want to sweeten it instead of buying like creamer. They have so much sugar in the creamers. Not that I don't like creamers, but this is where I can control my sugar content, and that's so important to control what I put in my body. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna have. Okay, now we're gonna talk about. I have a colon cleanse that I use once in a while. Now the colon cleanse, it's called greens. Here it is, a colon cleanse, okay? And it has like one little scoop, and it's in a powder, one scoop. And what this has, it cleanses and detoxifies, and it has greens in it. And I'm gonna tell you what it has in it. Oh, it has the beet powder. See, I didn't buy beet powder separately because it has beet powder in it, and that is so good. Let me see if I can see. These glasses are working. Okay, it has vitamin C, vitamin B, B12, magnesium, potassium, and it has all these apple, pineapple, tomato, carrots, orange, cauliflower, beet, lemon, blueberry, celery, grapefruit, kale, plum. I mean, a whole bunch of other stuff. But it's a cold and cleanse. Because, ever so often, like when you eat and you go to the bathroom, there's still stuff up in there. You shouldn't do this every day. It's not like an everyday thing, maybe a once a month thing. Because we don't get enough fiber in your meal or something. And fiber, what it does is scrape your side and scrape all that stuff. But a lot of times, what we do, don't do it. So once in a while, we do need to take a little cleanse. Okay.
What's the name of the cleanse?
Oh, this is the cold. They make a lot of different ones. This is just one I choose, but there are a lot of different things. Make sure you read the ingredients and make sure it doesn't have sugar in it. You don't want to buy anything like that to have sugar in it. Okay, so read ingredients, it's fruits and vegetables here, but when the sugar, don't get it, because there's too many other products that don't have sugar. Now, since we're talking about sugar, some things you can use in place of table sugar, and it's healthy for you. The best sugar. The best thing to sweeten anything, the most healthiest is date sugar. That's what this is. I'll show you what it looks like. We all know dates is good, but this is date sugar. It doesn't taste like dates. It really doesn't have a taste to it. It's just sweet. And I use like a teaspoon in my coconut milk or whatever. And that's what it looks like. It's like a light tan. And it's called date sugar. And you can't find that a lot of places either. But it's very nutritious. It has vitamin B. And it has a lot of nutrients in it. Another one is coconut sugar. This is coconut sugar. I use this also. I put it in my smoothies, my hot chocolate, and it doesn't have regular coconut sugar. It has all the nutrients that coconut would have. It's not cane sugar, and it doesn't taste like coconut at all. It's just sweet, simple sweet. It doesn't taste anything like that. Then you got the monk. This is the fruit. Monk fruit. This is another sweetener, a natural sweetener. You can use no side effects, has nutrients in it because it's a fruit. Anytime it's a fruit, it's going to have vitamin C. It's going to have some things in it because it's a fruit.
What's the name of that again?
This is monk fruit.
How you spell that?
M-O-N-K.
Oh, monk. Okay.
Now you in the market, they have this with they usually have like saying they usually have packets. You can also buy the big bags, but these are packets. I buy it in packets called monk fruit, and it's very nutritious for you. So we have the coconut, the date, and that. All right, now this is something else you can put.
A lot of that stuff you can get from Western restaurants. I mean, Western where they be doing their roots and all that shit.
What you mean? From health
The botanicals. A lot of that stuff you can get from Jamaican stores, right?
Some of it, yeah, like Asian, Jamaican, anything but regular, American grocery stores. You gotta go to international kind of stores, right? And like you said, or farm markets, or certain farm markets.
Whole Food Market has a
Whole Food markets have the date.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whole Foods is owned by Amazon. That's why you can go to Amazon and get all this stuff.
Because you can get everything there. Yeah.
All right. Also, you can add to smoothies and food is flaxseed meal. Now, I have to grind up my flaxseed. This is a lot of fiber, omega-3 oils, which is good for your heart, and B vitamins. And it gives you fiber. Because I can't eat seeds. I have diverticulitis had it for years. And so I have problems with seeds and nuts. So I always got to ground up. I have a coffee grinder. I ground my seeds up. But it's very nutritious. I use it every day. You can put it in oatmeal. You can put it in meatloaves. You can put it in stews. You can put it in soups. And it doesn't really have a taste. It's not a strong taste. It's like a little nutty taste. You can put it on ice cream. You can put it in so many things to increase, the nutrients in your food. All right,
Flaxseed.
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 Flaxseed. All right, here's another one, chia seeds. I'm sure y'all heard of chia seeds. Now these are seeds. I couldn't eat them like this, but I would grind it into a powder. Okay, and it has B vitamins as well, has fiber, has protein, and that's really, really good for you. And you can also, I have taken this and add water to it, and it turns into like a gel. And once it sits in gels, and you drink it, and it fills you up. So a lot of people use it to lose weight. You know, if you took some, say, a tablespoon, add 2 tablespoons of water to it, and let it sit, not even overnight, and it expands into little pearls. And it don't really have a taste. But if you drink it before a meal, you can't even eat that much afterwards.
What's the name of that again?
Chia seeds. Remember the chia pets they used to show you around?
Chia. Yeah.
Isn't that deep? Because they'll show you that on a present, but they didn't tell you how healthy it is for you to eat.
How do you spell that, Althea?
CHIA.
Chia. Okay.
Remember that Christmas time? Every Christmas time.
Yeah.
And it puts the hair and all this stuff, right? But it's not how good it is for you. How can they not tell you that, right?
TH what?
Off it, I guess.
What
Okay.
was it? TH what?
CHIA. Right. CHIA.
Like the
Okay.
chia pet.
Right. Let's see. I have. Okay. Now we're going to start on. Okay. Now this is a blend that I use. It's called Vera Roots. VERA. Now, this is what I do every single morning when I get up. Now, this is a company that's owned, it's black owned. And this is what it has. This is a mushroom coffee. Because the caffeine and regular coffee, like I said, I used to drink in the morning, but it kind of makes my bowels loose, and it makes me a little jittery and all that. There's no real nutrients to it. Coffee has a certain amount of antioxidants, but not much. But this is a mushroom coffee. And this is something that I blended. And I'm going to show you something. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The mushroom coffee I blended is, where is that? Oh, here, but I'll show you that later. This is something I buy. This has, I'll tell you what this has. This has the monk fruit in it to sweeten it. It has sea moss in it already. It has cloves. It has cinnamon, sunflower seeds, hemp seed. Hemp is good too. That's what I don't have. It has pumpkin seeds. It has bladderwrack, and burdock. And their blackrock and burdock are herbs. That's very, very good for you. That's all in here already. The sea moss is in here and everything already. So the only thing I add is the coconut milk and ice cubes. That's it. Now, after I do that, I can add a little matcha if I want. I can add a little moringa to get that in there. I can add the carob to make it taste more chocolatey. You know, I can add some flax. I already got flaxseed in it. I don't have to add that. I already have flaxseed in it. I can put some cinnamon. It has cinnamon in it already. See, this has stuff on it. But I have a prescription that comes every month. Sometimes I run out before the end of the month. That's when I have to make my own blend. This is a mushroom coffee, though. Now, now this is mushroom coffee. Now, the mushroom coffee I buy doesn't have caffeine in it or nothing like that, right? It's just, but sometimes I want that taste of coffee. So what I do, I take chicory. This is chicory, and there's a lot of good stuff. Antioxidants, and this is what makes coffee really taste like coffee, because I want it to taste like coffee. Because the mushroom coffee, it's already taste, but I want that coffee taste. So this is little chicory, it's little seeds. I've had to grind it up too. But this is chicory, and you'll see that. Matter of fact, chicory is something you can see growing on people's lawns, but they don't even know what it is. But that's what this is, chicory. Make that coffee taste. Now, what else? Okay, and honey is also always good to sweeten something besides the date and the coconut and stuff like that. That's good. Okay, now, next is, what else? Okay, now when you're making Your smoothies, if you want to add protein, because like when I run out of beer root and I need a protein, you can get Greek yogurt as your protein source. Okay, make sure you get Greek yogurt because a lot of those yogurts don't have live bacteria in them. They're flavored, they got sugar, but no live bacteria. You want Greek yogurt that has live, and it'll say it on there. It'll say live, and it'll name the bacteria that's in it. And you have 3 live bacteria. When I have to do that, that's when I start adding my other stuff to it, right? So you can add also, you can add for protein, peanut butter. You can add cashew butter. It's kind of expensive because this jar alone was $11, right? But I actually, when I bought it to make my own cheese. Because you make cheese using peanut butter too. But you can use peanut butter for your protein. Let's see what else. Okay, now as far as the mushroom, I'm just gonna give some information. Okay, a little bit of information. Wait a minute, y'all. God.
Althea is like a scientist. She's got all of this great information, and she's a genius. I mean, and her lifestyle is just so admirable.
Y'all, I'm almost done, but I'm just going to cover mushrooms real quick. Mushrooms are really good for you. Mushrooms, I don't know if you don't like the taste, but they're so healthy. They decrease the risk of cancer. Okay? It lowers your sodium intake because it has no salt. It promotes lower cholesterol. It will bring your cholesterol levels down, and that's good for heart health when you have a low cholesterol. It's good for your brain. It protects your brains. It provides a source of vitamin D. A lot of D we only get vitamin D a lot of times from the sun. When we go outside, the sun changes the cholesterol that's under your skin into vitamin D. But if you don't get a lot of sun, you got to eat from other sources. And mushrooms have a lot of vitamin D in it to protect you. It also is good for your stomach. That's why mushroom coffee is good. Instead of that bloated feeling, or it's really good for your gut. And it's good for your immune system, your immunity. It has vitamin D, vitamin B6. It helps form your red blood cells. It has proteins in it. And it's so many. And each mushroom does a certain thing. For instance, the reishi mushroom helps relax your mood. Another one will help with stamina, give you energy. Another one will give you focus. Another one for information. Each one has specific reason. We can put them all together. But what I just read, all of them kind of contain that. And the different mushrooms, you can't eat every mushroom, but there are edible mushrooms. You just can't go around and see a mushroom. My girlfriend called me, I gave her a plant, and she said, I didn't know my plant grew mushrooms. I'm like, don't eat it. That is not edible just because no mushroom, right? You know what I mean? And there are certain mushrooms, shatiki, that's good for your kidneys and your liver. And reishi, that's good to relax you. You got porcini, oyster, morsels. They have truffles. You ever heard of truffles? Truffles are a type of fungus that's usually grown on the roots under a tree. That's why they're very expensive. When you see truffle, that is the type of fungus, but it's underground. It's hard to get to, so they're really expensive. But it's all really good for you. So we're coming to a close. Did I cover everything? I think I did. So I was going to show y'all, but we don't have the right time right now. I was going to actually blend, make a mushroom coffee right here, but I have to do it another time because it's already 3:33. So does anybody have any questions about any of it?
It's been pretty thorough.
To see all this research I did, I'm saving all this. So if anyone wants to call me about anything, if they don't remember, or if they want to copy, I'm saving all these sheets. And for my own help too. You know what I mean? Because I found out a lot of this stuff I had, but I didn't know about all this information on it. So when I found out, I put a cup of sour stop tea, I put a little moringa in it, but just be careful not to overdo it, because that's what I did last week. I had put so much stuff in my stuff. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. Next thing you know, I was almost going to the emergency room. No, my spleen had something. You know, I'm like, oh my God, I was in so much pain. So I just stopped everything, just drank water, the alkaline water, and then start pouring down a little ginger tea, and that's all. So, you know, just because it's good, anything, because we're addicts, we overdo everything. Anything we like, we tend to do too much of. One too many.
Yes, indeed. Can I ask you about Kenyan?
About what?
Kenyan red pepper, Kenyan pepper.
Cayenne pepper?
Cayenne, yeah, cayenne. That's how I pronounce it.
Now that, start getting healthy, kept telling me I should eat the now cayenne pepper is good. Cayenne, what that does, it actually starts your metabolism. Because when I first started into my weight loss journey, and I wanted to lower my blood pressure and my diet and my blood sugar, and I got a recipe, and they said apple cider vinegar, the lemon juice, the honey, cinnamon, and they say 1 pinch of cayenne pepper. I'm like, pepper in that? But when I looked it up, because what it does, it kickstarts your metabolism and it starts burning fat. As soon as you get that pinch of cayenne pepper, it rubs the metabolism and it starts burning fat. That's why they said that. And after, when I started that journey, I was 212 pounds. I'm down to 169 now. You know what I mean?
Great.
Over time, but you know, I had to exercise. I can't even exercise much anymore from my sciatica. But because I've been doing this, the pain that I had in my hip actually got better. I went out in the back and cleaned my whole yard. I went back.
You can come and clean mine.
So, you know what I mean? I was just amazed. I haven't done that. I don't know how long. I kept saying, who am I hired to clean my yard? I went out and did it myself. You know what I mean? So it's amazing, because these are all plants that God made. He made these plants. He made this thing for health and wellness. So I need to like learn about it and use it. You know what I mean? So basically, that's all I have. You know. So if anybody
that was more than enough. Thank God.
As always, we had so much information, and I'm glad that we recorded, and you can find it in our community at therdsf.com. We also can find it on YouTube. We're recording it, so this information is not going away. Althea is going to be back. She's here live every second Tuesday, every second and fourth Thursday. Every second and fourth Thursday. Sometimes there's 5 weeks in the month. So you gotta remember, you got to be 3 weeks in between. Every second and fourth Thursday, we're live on Zoom. And inside of our community, you can find the recordings. But we're glad that we have you here now. And I hope we got something out of this. If you like to hear some more, come on and join the community. therdsf.com. All right, and we thank everybody for joining. We had a full house today. Full house, everybody in the family.
Yes, indeed.
So taking notes.
And when the video will be out soon, or if you have any questions, I love. You can tell I love talking about it.
Are you doing? Are you doing something special next week? I mean, the week after next. You just haven't figured out what you're going to do.
No, I really don't. I try to follow my spirit. But I like to hear y'all too, because it's y'all who are talking to many y'all think I like to present. You like me to present research. Like someone asked me yesterday about goji, about gummies.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I don't have a clue about it.
But the goji gummies don't. They have no sugar. That's what one of the questions someone asked me yesterday. The goji, what do you call it? G-O-J-I.
Yeah, right. Goji. Yeah.
Somebody asked me that yesterday. They're good for you. You can, but a lot of those gummies do have sugar. Some of them even have sugar on the outside of them.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
So where can we find it again? The recordings?
You can go to therdsf.com.
All right, thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
You're welcome, and we thank you.
So okay, save some
for the next time.
If you have some questions,
some things that you'd like to find out.
You know where we.
You say, how about that? You know, I love
How about mushrooms? we talked about that before, but we haven't gotten to it. So mushrooms.
Oh yeah, I know. You know, I'm gonna tell you. I got in touch with a girl, I told you, that's been selling mushroom coffee for over 20 years, right? So I didn't want to introduce anything that I haven't tried. So wait a minute, while you're there, I got coffee from her.
Yep.
I put this from her. Now look, they grow their own mushrooms. Because you know, there's only 2 states that really the major mushrooms, and Pennsylvania is one of the states. All right.
Oh, okay.
So they grow their own and they harvest their own mushroom. I'm like, solid. It's a sister. She's been doing it for 20 years. So I said, give me the box. It's beautiful. You see how beautiful the box looks, right?
It is.
But I get it. And guess what I found out? The first ingredient is sugar. The first mushroom coffee. Sugar. And then on top of that, it had 3 chemicals in it. I've never seen chemicals in mushroom coffee before. I'm like, oh my God, that's why I didn't bring her on. I wasn't going to bring something.
No problem.
Everybody's trying not to eat sugar. So who am I to put this on y'all, you know, whatever. Because I told her she could maybe come on and introduce a thing, but not.
Nah.
Tell her why.
It's not as healthy as it need to be.
The first ingredient, it shouldn't even be sugar in it, but the first ingredient, y'all know about the first ingredient. Anything else in it. I'm just surprised that she's still doing that. The first ingredient is just sugar. I'm like, what? I'm like, I got a whole box. Okay.
Well, that's good looking out.
Right?
That's how you vet stuff.
I'm pretty. The box is pretty. And even the look, the package, they're gorgeous. Look at the package.
That's the draw. That's the draw.
I know. First was always green. The hook and pull. That's the hook and pull. He pulled me. Hooked me, right? I'm not hooked though. She just pulled me. All
right, yo, put your hands up for Althea. Come on, give it up. All right.
Thank you.
We're going to break this down. We'll see you again next time right here inside theRDSFM.com with Althea and Lavenderlite. Until the next time, peace and blessings.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there left? Is there?